Here we go. Watch me flex my flow. You'll be the next to know. Spit it hot flambeau. Swing bars like whoa. Grab the remote control. Must have called a million times. I'm on the other side. Hello. Better watch that stream. Caught up in the tractor beam. Scrub that beat with bleach. So when I hit it, bro, I spit it clean. Burn it now. Have to turn the furnace down. Y'all don't want this beef. I hit 'em with a holy cow. Hit 'em with the verse. Got 'em thinking, wow. This ain't a game, kid. Why you play around? This that ill spit. Them bars are so sick. I'll shock the whole world. Anaphylactic. Every single time I spit another rhyme, the planets all align so bright I blind them with my shine. Bro, I'm designed to make your confidence decline. Every line about to blow like stepping on a landmine. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh man, what is going on? We are in the Ross Racing studio. We got the whole kit and caboodle here. We should be ready to, have a pretty decent show. Jonathan, what is going on? This guy was killing it out at O-Town on Saturday. Nice to see. They actually had a little pop-up club event, which would have been super cool to go to. They also had another kind of like Saturday fun day out at SPARC. We got some lap times there from the new layout. Plus, we actually have the new Crestwood layout. And I know we've been waiting on that one, so we will have to check that out. But I kind of want to start off with something. I'm going to add this to the stream real quick just so you can kind of see. So this is my nitro buggy. This is the camber gauge, and we will kind of segue into that. But we will definitely kind of have a backstory on that and why this is all set up. Chris Coop, what's up, buddy? Noah, how's it going, guys? So we are going to start off with an announcement, and this announcement is going to segue into what I just showed you. Now, I was contacted by a mother, and it was so super touching, especially for me, how I was brought up and the whole situation. And what happened was she was trying to get in contact of me for the S-Word Canada team. She has a kid that's into RC racing. He wants to try and put his best foot forward. There's a whole bunch of uptick to what he's doing. His mother was a really good saleswoman and basically put me in communication with her son. After talking with her son, talking with the parents, and just kind of getting a feel for the family, we actually came to an agreement. And all I can say is I am happy to announce that we have a new driver to the S-Works family. I'm going to bring him on board right here. So congratulations to Sheldon. Sheldon is the newest S-Works Canada pilot. We're looking forward to seeing what Sheldon can do. He's going to be running in the E-Buggy and E-Truggy classes. And with all the support that he is getting from his parents, it is going to be super cool to have him as part of the S-Works Canada team. Not only is he a new young gun, we're kind of curious to see, with all the support and love from his parents, I think the sky's the limit for Sheldon. And you know what? I think he's going to be a great addition to our team. And I look forward to actually seeing him on the track running these new kits. Last round at O-Town, he was running some pretty, questionable kits and still put in a phenomenal performance. So looking forward to seeing Sheldon running his new stuff. It's going to be awesome. So you might be asking me, how does that segue into my camber caster gauge and this and that? Well, some of you guys may have heard of this guy and some of you may not have. But, welcome to the team. But some of you guys might have heard of this next guy that I'm talking about. But Ty Tessman, he's a pretty quick Canadian, I'd say. But Ty Tessman actually got his start sponsorship via his mom. His mom still helps out with race reports and stuff like that. And when Sheldon's mom, Kathy, reached out to me, it was awesome, and it like really tickled me, and it was a huge personal thing. And oh man, I was just stoked to get the ball rolling with that. So Ty Tessman, Kathy, Sheldon, how Adam, we still don't get it. How does it all tie in? Well, let me show you. I have a tip here. Let me just pull this onto the stream. So this right here is my nitro buggy. This is the gauge that we are going to be using. This will work with any front pillow ball car. So what's the trick? Well, if you look here, there's actually a hole in the rim. Now, what you can do now is you can actually take your 2.5 and then line it up inside. And what the trick is you set it up to what you want on the bench. Then you go and run 3 laps. You come back out, and then you can adjust it in the pit lane, giving it more or less camber until you find the sweet spot. Once you get to that sweet spot, then you can go back to your pits, set everything up, and you're going to be dialed, or at least have a good base for your thing. So the holes actually line up for the top and the bottom. So if you want to pull the bottom out to give it some more positive, or if you want to tighten the front all the way in. Now, with most pillow ball setups, you're going to notice that you have shim options. I'm currently using the shims from T-Works. They come in 0.2, 0.5, and 1 mil increments. So that way you can get the fine-tune adjustments done. And then once you find the sweet spot, then you go in and you put in the shims. Because you do want to have it tightened down, but you want to make sure that you have that shim up correctly. So that is going to be your pro tip for the day. And now, one of the things that I wanted to bring up was the pictures from the weekend. Now, I'm pretty sure that you guys already seen the new SPARC layout, but let me see if I can bring this up for everybody. So this right here is the new SPARC layout. So last week I was struggling a little bit with how it looked and all that. So let me bring my mouse over here. So this right here is still coming on to the front, right in front of the driver's stand. This right here is a tabletop, which is awesome for two-wheel drive vehicles. But this is another tabletop, so it is double tabletops. Welcome to the show, and welcome to the SPARC Canada team. Kathy is his mom, and super proud mom by the looks of it. But you know what? It is going to be a pleasure to have both of them on the team. So getting back to the SPARC layout, which is going to be a Father's Day race as well. So you come here for all the 4x4s and four-wheel vehicles. We basically just make this into a big air double. You can see where they got the corner dots right here in the corner going into the first, I'm going to say medium-sized double. And then this double in the back corner is the most challenging feature in the whole track, I would have to say. If you nail that right, it's setting you up for the big air triple in the back, making it big air. I'm allergic to big air. Either you hit the big air right coming off of this double, or you're hitting the C-can. But anyways, you hit the big air in the back, carry some quarter speed around here. Right here is what they call the pinwheel. So there's whoops, 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 whoops all the way through there, and it is super cool. Hey, Marcel, how is it going, bud? It is going really good. A little bit of an off camber there, and then a small double here. Very, very forgiving. So this one you can actually long jump, flat land, and then here is the new feature that I haven't even been on yet, but it looks like it's a drop down into a low spot and a single out, coming all the way back to the rumble strips. These rumble strips were a ton of fun when they had the PVC piping in there. Now that they pulled it out, it's actually reverse rumble strips, and it's a lot more forgiving. Both the corner dots here, so you can 180 back. This off camber is pretty cool. You can see where it drops down again, so you're coming up, dropping down, and hanging a hard right. This is the only straightaway and where we start up for our electric and nitro buggy races. But really cool layout that they have put in at the SPARC track. So let me just keep going. We're talking about tracks. We're going to go to the next one. And, oh, look at that. We got Sheldon again. And then here is Crestwood. So I'm blown away by the look of this track. The background scenery, the lights, the setup. Wow. This track looks amazing. So I got to guess at what the heck is going on. Oh, man, don't worry, Matt. We're going to talk about you and the Rumble in the Rome for sure. It was awesome to see you out there. I watched you live battling it out there. Actually, I won't even say it yet. We'll bring it up when I bring up the results, but you crushed it, bud. It looked awesome. And being the only Mayako driver there, or Mayako, it was pretty cool. I can't wait till I can see the buggy in person myself. Well, let's look at this flow here. This flow, it looks like you're coming off onto the front of the driver's stand with a double into a big double. Like this, I don't know if it's just the fisheye lens or the way that the picture's taken, but that looks like a big double into a nice sweeper into a 180. Another nice size double there coming back, and this looks like it's a triple into the back section, which is a nice, super fast, long straight into a 180 back, into a tabletop, coming back onto an off camber into the stop finish line. Like, this actually looks like a super exciting 8-scale off-road track. I hope that they allow camp in there so then Ross Racing can roll up big time. But we definitely will be making one of these events sometime this year. Hats off to you guys. You guys crushed it. Crestwood RC Raceway, the old Dork. Man, those guys have just hit a home run. The track looks phenomenal, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. So, since Matt brought it up, we're going to have to go into the Crestwood stuff, and that was at CRC Raceway. It looked like it was a lot of fun, and they had some big names there. 217 entries, so it was pretty cool. Let me bring that up. So this is the results from Crestwood. So we are going to go to the e-buggy. Nitro buggy. Where is it? There it is. Nitro buggy C main. Look at that. Matt Dixon pulls it out after a 15-minute race, 94.8% consistency. Man, he looked like he was just dialed with this new buggy of his. Oh, snap. Yes, you know what? I think September would be a phenomenal time to make plans to go to Dork. We're definitely going to have to do that. I don't know anybody else in this one, but definitely awesome to see how well he did in that one. Also, in the Truggy B main, we have none other Then, oh, wait. Nope, wrong one. I apologize. Hold on. Nitro Truggy B main. We got Matt Dixon also in the 3 spot, which was pretty cool. I'm not even sure what Matt is running for Truggy. I think it is in. Actually, Matt, if you're still on, if you could just let me know what you're running, bud, that would be pretty cool. But 3rd place again, we got Nitro Truggy. Actually, you know what? I think there's somebody else. Tom Botbile was in the 11th place, 91% consistent. Fast lap 39, and then Matt a little bit quicker, 36.3. But Tom was definitely slaying it in that as well. So then he actually made it to the E-Truggy A main. Paul Ciccarello, he's fast. Who else we got in here? We got Botbile in here as well. E-Truggy, you know what? Maybe E-Truggy B. E-Truggy B main. Here we go. I could have swore that he was in E-Truggy as well. Oh, man. So he's running the Igama Nitro Truggy, and he's running the Mayako Nitro Buggy. Definitely some unique stuff coming out of the Matt camp for sure. All right, so the Nitro Buggy A main we'll save for last. Nitro Truggy A main. All right. Actually, we will start off with the E-Buggy A main. Everybody knows who this guy is. Ryan Lutz taking the win over Mark Sousa. You got Damien LeMay, fast guy out of Quebec. So Mark and Damien, I've seen them battling out quite a bit. Paul Ciccarello and Jared Barden rounding out the top 5 in the A main. So super cool to see that in the buggy. Let's see how much it changes up in the Nitro Truggy A main. So Nitro Truggy A main, you got Gilliam, Tremblay, Eric Deschaines. Everybody knows who that is. Mr. AE himself, Canadian AE. Awesome to see him doing well at Rumble in the Rome. You got Jeff in the 3. You got Andrew Kaufman in the 4 and Zach Arsenal in the number 5 spot. But look at these guys, man. All running 33s except for 2. But super consistent. All in the 90s. But Jeff, if he had a couple cleaner laps, his 95 or 85%, it could have been a lot worse for the people in front for sure. Because he looked like he had the pace. He just had to stay out of trouble. All right, now going to the Premier. The Premier one, Nitro Buggy. You got Ryan Lutz in the 1 spot again, Mark Sousa in the 2, Jeff in the 3, Damien in the 4, Aaron in the 5, and a shout out to Jared Barden in the 6, Eric Deschaines in the 8, Colton in the 7, Burns in the 9, Andrew Kaufman in the 10, Mark in the 11, Thomas in the 12, Ciccarello 13, Gilliam in 14, and Aaron Kaufman in the 15. But that is your results for the A main at the Rumble. And you know what? It's one of those events that I'm going to have to eventually check out one of these days. Now, we got some cool stuff to show off. We were talking about the track and how much work they were doing to the SPARC track. Well, here's some practice time so we can get a feel for what people are doing. Fast lap, I know, was Johnny Rainey, and he basically crushed his 26.8. Rumor has it he's running in the 25s now, so super cool to see Johnny throwing it down for S-Works out at the practice day. Jet Boulay was definitely a rocket ship, and Ryan also stepping it up big time with his new S-Works 8 scale. Wes doing good, but what I wanted to focus on was this over here. So E-Buggy, 59% was E-Buggy, 7% was E-Truggy, 14%, the second biggest class, was short course, and then everything else was pretty much taking second fiddle to that. It was pretty cool to see that everybody was out there working the track, trying to see what the new fast lines are, trying to get a new good setup, and get ready for the next event out at SPARC, which will be Father's Day weekend. So last but not least, we have Otterville. They had their Otterville Fun Day, and it looks like it was just a great group of guys. And what we'll do is we'll get into the mains. So we'll start off with the electric buggy A main, and no surprise here, Douglas Schufelt. But what the surprise is look at this graph. So I asked about this because in lap number 1, in non-Douglas fashion, he went from first to dead last. And he was dead last for 2 laps. I was like, what the heck? That's not the Douglas Schufelt we know. So what happened? Douglas actually got put up to a challenge. The challenge was, can he start in pit lane 1 lap down? Now, we all know how fast Douglas is, so he was like, challenge accepted. And he went out there and put on a clinic. Now, we all know how fast Monty is. He was crushing it at the Barnyard last weekend. So, based off of his times, you see Monty started in second, battled back to first, held first all the way up until lap 15, where Douglas was finally able to overtake him and then pull away and finally get that 1 lap back. But 23-7 fast lap, battling through lap traffic. The kid is just phenomenal. And for him to come back from a lap down like that in true Douglas fashion must have been awesome to see. But Monty in the 2 and Lorenzo in the 3. So super cool to see that. I had to ask why his thing looks so weird, though, for sure. So going in with the electric, we got Dave in the number 1. You got Lorenzo in the 2 and Ryan Martin in the 3. Who's that in the number 4? I didn't even know this guy still raced. Sean Brennan. But man, what a race for Dave. Coming from 3rd to 1st, and then 1st to looks to be like last, battle back. So I think that had Sean had more time, he might have been able to battle back with these guys. It's cool to see Sean actually out and pulling the trigger again. Jerry running pretty good. Chris, Carolyn Wolf, nice to see her back out there. Rick, hey, what is going on, Rick? Hey, he's definitely a force most of the time. So now we'll start off with the Truggy Nitro A main. So you got Marlene showing Jonathan Hilton how it's done, but basically super close lap times, only a lap separating them two. And then you got Chris Capello in the Truggy Nitro class. Didn't even know he had Nitro Truggy. Rick Hay in the 4, Ryan Martin, Rob Graham. Super cool to see Rob back out there having some fun. And Chris rounded out the A main for Truggy there. And as you can see, they look like they had some pretty good battles right here. When you see these lines jumping up and down, jumping up and down, jumping up and down, that just means it was a battle going on in the pack. So saving the best for the last, we got Nitro Buggy 8 main. So the Nitro Buggy 8, ooh, Douglas Schufeld showing everybody how it's done. No 23s there, just a 24-0 though. Tommy G keeping the young buck, in check. Chris Capello in the 3. Number 4, you got Daryl Denny. And number 5, Abby Burku. Always cool to see those guys out there. You got Monty Wolf. You got Marlene, Marco, and Ash rounding out the buggy main. But look at all the position changes here. Chris Capello, Abby Burku, battling it out, lap after lap. Looks like they had a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to getting back to the O-Town track myself. So I didn't really have too much after all that. The Rumble on the Road was pretty cool. It looked like it was a super fun event. To be able to pull that off as a one-dayer, it looked like it was a lot of fun. Definitely looking forward to next weekend, Father's Day, and then the following weekend. Let's talk about that. John is already talking about, you can't leave it alone. He's talking about a track change. So what's something you guys would like to see at John's track? I know what I'm thinking of seeing. I'm going to type it in right now. And I'm curious what you guys are thinking and what John should try and do for the next Otter Cup race event. Speaking of Otter Cup, cheers. But I know that he was talking about track surface, track prep. He was talking about what he should do for the additive to the track. He has so many ideas swimming around in his head right now that it's going to be cool to see exactly what he wants to pull off. I know that when he has his mind set to something, it's usually pretty cool to see it come to fruition. Because let's face it, the amount of time and effort he puts into his track is definitely something we can all envy. Yeah, the Ring of Fire, I would totally rock the drone through that. I don't know if I would jump my nitro-filled beast through it, because I had probably crashed into the Ring of Fire and it'd be a nitro Ring of Fire explosion, which would probably be cool for the cameras, but not cool for the car. But I know he was saying that there was a few sections that he wasn't liking anymore on the track. He was talking a little bit about the flow. I know it was cool to get to a different style of track, like the Barnyard, get a few different ideas. And I know that John really enjoyed himself at the Barnyard because of, I think the speed. I think the speed really, I'm thinking, we can increase the speed at O-Town and still do it in a fun, safe way. Obviously, John's track is more of an air, and obviously the elevation changes at John's track are epic and world-renowned now. Some of the things that I always enjoy are step-ups, step-off. So something that you can kind of jump onto, land on top, and jump off and land down. So you can carry the speed, and if you hit it correctly, it's so it feels good. You nailed your line when you can pull off something like that. I'm not too sure if anybody likes just big air kickers or the brake checks. I'm not sure what everybody's thoughts and feelings are on the off cambers or whoop sections. I like things that you can predict lap after lap and not be the deciding factor in the win if you don't get through it cleanly. So I like letting the battles ensue on the track more so than it being the track coming up and biting you and end up taking you out for the run. Couple couple of other things that I personally like. I personally like the big air step down that he currently has. I'm hoping that that feature can make it into the next round. I definitely like the step up big air. Anytime that you have a jump where you're like flying at a lower trajectory but carrying the speed and able to clear different elements, to me, stuff like that is cool. It's big risk versus big reward. I know there's a lot of chatter about Billy the Tree. Kind of curious if I'm going to see Billy ever again. I know the double into Billy, it is super cool. Yeah, 100%. Because if you're actually battling the people beside you, the fun factor goes up because now it's about me and you. The track is the same for everybody. And let's face it, not everybody can be as consistent as Douglas and throwing down those sick laps back to back. Well, actually, I think you've seen his consistency. He's like 95% enough. And 95% when he's probably having a rough day. The kid's definitely a true talent, and looking forward to see him battling it out on a bigger stage. We definitely have to bring the competition to him, or bring him to the competition, whatever happens first. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what he can do against some stiffer competition. I'm hoping Mark Sousa can make it out for the Auto Cup race number 2. I'm hoping the Bago boys can come on down. We definitely have to hype up this event. 2 weeks. We got to make sure if you're not signed up yet, you got to go check it out. It's on RC Sign Up. I think right now it's at 160 entries. I'm sure John wouldn't care if we got up to 200. So if there's any vehicles that you guys, well, actually, you know what? Even if you're not signed up, man, make sure you head on over there so we can get a feel of who's going to actually be signed up for probably the second biggest event of the season thus far. Now, we all know John's not going to leave the track alone. He's going to do something. Already the track has already been improved upon since I've been there. I think it's been improved twice since I've been there now, and I'm definitely looking forward to getting back. The battles, the times, the camaraderie, the hanging out in the pits, all that stuff is going to be amplified on the next race day because of the weather. Let's see. Oh, he's thinking of something. Yeah, man, any time that you have the jump on, jump off aspect, in my opinion, it is something epic because man, when you get it right and you land, your car sets up, and you launch off, it's a good feeling, man. It kind of makes it so you have that aha moment, and if you can keep pulling it off lap after lap, it is a lot of fun to be doing that for sure. A chicane, eh? You know what? You never know. Chicanes are always fun, especially if they're in the right spot. Now, I know he was saying something he had to work on the straightaway as well. Kind of curious about that. I think it's just because he wants to resurface it. Not 100% sure what he wanted to do with the straightaway, but it would be cool either way. Now, racing off-road, we should know what to expect, but with John, it's kind of a given. We always expect a phenomenal track, and he delivers on every occasion, so it would be cool. As in a Daytona or S section. If you can incorporate that into a chicane, that would be nutty. But yeah, I think that the hype for the Otter Cup Series is definitely building. A lot of people left a few points on the table, and I know they would love to get them back in round number 2. I know this guy feels that I have a better handle on the vehicles. I have a lot of weight lifted off of my shoulder with all the stress that was going on in the family. And now it is time to rock and roll. I want to have the best team out there. I want to have as much fun as possible. And I want the whole RC community to come together as a whole and just have fun again, man. I know it's been 2 hard years, and I definitely feel that this is the season that we're going to break out and make sure that we're having a good time. Yeah, honestly, John, it amazes me because, like, sometimes you're like, oh, the track's perfect. And then other times it's what you're saying here. It always needs improvement, but I think you're your own worst critic. I think the majority of the racers that are online watching right now just enjoy rolling into O-Town every single time. I know it puts a smile on my face, makes me forget about all the troubles that I might have personally, and it's just a chill, relaxing weekend. I definitely have a plan for this upcoming Otter Cup series, and I'm hoping I can pull it off. I'm sure I will be able to, but it'll definitely be a lot of fun to see what the S-Works platforms can do. Speaking of S-Works, yesterday I heard S-Works was 1, 2, and 3. So I'm guessing it was Jeff, Johnny, and Ryan, or Ryan, Jeff, and Johnny, or Johnny, Ryan, and Jeff. I'm not sure. But all 3 S-Works were in the A, so super cool for that. I'm just hoping that we get the amount of entries that make that O-Town Cup the premier point series in our area for sure. Jeff, Ryan, and Johnny. There you go. I knew it was a combo of those 3 because they were definitely putting in work. So, just rework the thing. Yeah, I'm sure a few of us have definitely felt the wrath of Billy the Tree. I'll get you, Billy. Actually, he'll get me, but whatever. Definitely super cool. If you don't know who Billy the Tree is, he is the tree coming from the double down onto the front stretch of John's track. Definitely a cool feature and one that is not very forgiving if you hit it full punch, especially with the smaller scale stuff. Even the 8 scales take a beating on that as well. So, other than that, I just hope that everybody has an opportunity to go over to the RC sign up, hit up John's page, and you know what? Sign up so we have a better feel of who's coming and who I know I can chirp next weekend. I'm thinking for the show next weekend, we're going to have another cool announcement, so you're going to have to stay tuned for that. I had a chance to drive 2 Technos yesterday. Very glad I went. Whoa, man. Throwing the smackdown. Yeah, you know what? I'm definitely blessed to have a great group of fellas with me on the S-Works team. You guys are definitely making it a lot easier for me being the manager. And you know what? Seeing the results and just seeing how you guys are taking these kids to the next level is awesome to see and be a part of. I just hope that I can continue to get the support better each and every week. This week we should have the 10 scale order coming in, and then the week right before O-Town we will have another 8 scale order coming in. We'll have a restock of all the 8 scale E-Buggy, E-Truggy, Nitro Buggy, and Nitro Truggy, all 4 8 scale kits back in stock. I know it's been extremely hard to get these kits in, and you know what? I am doing the best that I can, and I really appreciate the support of everybody jumping on board and getting them. You can head over to sportscanada.ca. My wife's doing a phenomenal job at trying to keep that up to date as best as she possibly can. But with the amount of orders, it's oh my God, I can't even say it enough, but I'm truly appreciative to everybody jumping on the site, buying up what they need and feel is important to their race program. and it is awesome to see how many SPARC kids are on track just in one season. We've literally only had 3 races all season long, and already people know who SPARC is. So thank you guys for being a part of the SPARC Avalanche, whatever we're going to call it. Man, Ryan, you missed some awesome crossovers at O-Town for sure. My favorite one was obviously the metal half pipe or whatever that was. That was probably one of my favorite ones. And that was incorporated into the track that had the arrows where you had to jump. And if you weren't past the arrows, you had the abort lane, which was super cool. Yeah. Even the one with the UFO, like John, was pretty sick for a crossover. Yeah, hopefully in 2 weeks we'll have Ryan Saunders and his first debut out at O-Town. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a great event. I know that right now it's too early to say who's going to be doing what in points. Obviously, we got 4 races to decide, so it's going to be important to make sure that you're hitting them all up in order to remain competitive in the overall points game. But I know what I'm expecting out of myself, and it is very high. So I better step up my game. I better make sure that my stuff's prepared, and I better make sure that my stuff is as easy as it can be to drive. And I know with the help and support of my team, I will be able to get there, and we will see where the chips fall. Well, I've been jibber-jabbering now for about 40 minutes. I just want to make sure that everybody shows up to the Father's Day race next weekend out at SPARC, and that everybody signs up for the Otter Cup. Oh, man, did you guys just see what John said? Not like the Otter Cup is exciting enough, but next year, 10 race series. I'm going to have to rent out his front yard and just keep my camper there or something like that so we can actually make all 10. But it's epic. John was telling me some super cool stuff about it. I'm not going to ruin it for anybody. I will actually let him talk about it. Hopefully we'll have him on the show maybe next weekend. But definitely super cool to see John thinking about the future. I'm still thinking about this season, and this season is going to be epic. 4 races, 1 down, 3 to go, and I think that, man, that the action is just starting to heat up. I know I got my techno rivals, which is awesome because they're also my racing buddies. I definitely miss pitting with them, but we got Mike Moore, we got Dennis Mayville. Hopefully you're enjoying your trip, bud. You got Kyle over there, you got Paul over there, and you got Marco. So you got 5 great. Oh, sorry, Rick Endler too. But Rick Endler, after seeing what he did at the barnyard, that guy is my target for sure. I know what I need to do in order to step up my race program, and hopefully I can catch somebody, because like right now, Dennis is still putting me on the trailer. Paul kicked my butt last round, so I definitely have some work to do in order to show them what's up with the older crowd. Definitely a lot of fun racing for them. I owe Dennis an ice cream, so we'll have to get that net paid up. But man, I'm definitely coming for that group of 5 for sure, or 6, but I can't count. So with that being said, I am going to cut you guys loose. You guys have a great end to the weekend, and we will see you again next weekend. Next weekend will most likely be a Sunday as well. If something comes up where I can have my planned special guest, we might have to do it on Saturday night, depending on his work schedule and all that. But stay tuned. We're going to have another announcement, and it will be fan-freaking-tastic. With that being said, you guys have yourself